Hello everybody and welcome to the table. So today I have kind of an interesting set of knives for you. These ones are made in the USA and they are absolute budget knives. So these come in for the princely sum of $6 and $7 respectively. So why are they this low? Let's figure that out. These knives come to us from a brand called Hard Hat Knives. So let's take a look at the logo right here on the blade. Hard Hat USA, and you can even see the opening hole on the blade. It kind of is shaped, funnily enough, like a hard hat. So both of these knives are lock back folders, plastic handles, very budget knives to begin with, but even more so now because recently it appears that Hard Hat Knives has gone out of business. And so in doing so, they sold off all of their stock, their remaining stock, to Chicago Knifeworks. So if you go to the Chicago Knifeworks website now, you will see all of the models from Hard Hat Knives on sale for really, really low prices. And so this knife right here, $7.34. This one right here was, I believe, $6.29. And so what are we getting for such a bargain? And so namely, of course, this is a US made knife. Both of these are. And so what we have here are two lockback folders. And now Hard Hat Knives had these knives made for them by none other than Behr & Sons. So of course Behr & Sons produces knives here in the US, in Alabama I believe. And so very basic lockback designs. We can see they are plastic bodies. So plastic handles, translucent, you can see the action through them. Looks very nice, lightweight and functional. We have a single position pocket clip right here as well. And what's also kind of interesting about both of these knives could also explain the incredibly low value price is we notice there's a space for an inlay right here on the handles. So you can check out that empty space right there. So perhaps they would have had a rubber inlay like we see on the reverse side. But for whatever reason, these particular models of knife never had that space filled. And so Hard Hat Knives going out of business, sold off all their stock to Chicago Knifeworks, now being blown out. So these are just two of the models that are available. They have a lot of traditional folding knives, you know, your traditional slip joint type knives. And there is a variety. Some of them are made here in the US, some of them are imported. I chose to pick up these two because they are, number one, made in the USA, which is kind of cool. And just, again, a super budget price. So very similar design in my opinion. If you've ever seen, I believe it's called the Gerber Order. I have it right here. I believe this is called the Order. So the Gerber Order, also made in the USA, lockback design. Take a look side by side actually with the larger folder. So we can see very similar design features here. They are both lockback mechanisms. Even take a look at that pocket clip. Check out the pocket clip design. Again, identical. So very much a shared heritage there in that this is a very basic folding knife design with polymer handles, you know, simple construction, and therefore very cheap to produce. And even more so now on the secondary market, since these knives were sold at, you know, an extreme discount. So quality-wise, what do we get here? So let's just take a look at each knife. We can see we have just a plain edge blade, unknown blade steel. I would guess this is like a 440A steel, something very budgety, very inexpensive. So we have the blue model right here. I believe this one is called the Freedom. And the larger model here, the red one, is called the Liberty. And very lightweight, being that they're fully plastic construction, so we can check out the weight of either model. The blue one right here is coming in less than 2 ounces. We are at 1.8 ounces for the blue model. And the red model is coming in at 2.4 ounces. So both incredibly lightweight, especially for their size, let's go ahead and pull out the ruler. The larger knife right here, this is pretty hand-filling in my opinion. And we can check out the blade length here. So I would say from tip to scale, tip to handle, it's about 3.5 inches. Overall length coming in just a little bit short of 8 inches long. So this is a full size, you know, everyday carry folder. The cutting edge is more like 3 inches on this knife, but from tip to handle, about 3.5 inches overall. The blue one being a little bit smaller, let's go ahead and check that one out. So we are coming in from tip to scale about 3 inches. Overall length, a little over 6.5. Cutting edge, more like 2 3/4 maybe. So a little bit smaller, but still very pocketable, very lightweight, very easy to carry. And that's really, I think, the goal here for both of these knives. Very easy to flick open, very natural. There's no play in the blades. They're all pretty tight, to be honest with you. I haven't tightened down at the pivots on either one. The blades fall free once you use that lockback mechanism. And I think they're pretty handsome. You know, it may annoy you that the little inlay area is empty, but honestly, it's not really a big deal, especially at the price, $7, $6. You know, you can't buy a value meal for that much anymore. So it's really awesome to see that these are currently available, at least. And if you have any interest in these knives, again, go to Chicago Knifeworks. Not sponsored or anything, but I just saw this deal on there. Really close out prices for some, you know, budgety, made in the U.S. knives. And I know for a lot of us out there, you're really looking for stuff that is made, you know, manufactured here in the United States. You want to support that idea, support the art industry, and here's your opportunity to do so at an extreme value price. But there's one kicker. One kicker, I'll tell you, one downside to all this. Very budget knives. Unfortunately, the shipping costs are more expensive than the knife. So it's really only worth it if you're going to buy several knives in an order, because the shipping costs, I think the cheapest shipping option with Chicago Knifeworks was about $11. So the shipping costs more than any one of these knives singularly. But if you are a fan of traditional slip joints, they have a few of those as well. What you do want to look for, though, take a look at the blades in the listing right here. Look for USA. If you want a knife made in the USA, make sure it's marked on the blade. Some of their other knives that are imported just have that little hard hat logo. And without the USA, then that means it's going to be an imported knife. But they have a good variety of these type of lockback knives in different colors. Again, traditional knives. They even have some multi-tools as well that were also made by Baron Son for this company. No fancy packaging. They absolutely came bare bones in plastic wrappers. So here's just one of them that they came in. Just has the model number right there. So no boxes, no packaging. These are not meant to be given away as gifts. These are essentially just leftovers from a bygone company that we now can see online. And this is going to be a limited time offer. So if you see this video months, years from now, more than likely all these items are going to be sold out and gone. But if you get there in time, by all means, go browse. But you can't really complain. You're getting a folder made in the United States, budget materials for an extreme budget price. Like, this is definitely going to beat out, you know, anything from Ozark Trails, in my opinion. So you're literally beating out the Walmart knife at a Walmart price, but with made in the USA quality. So good on them for offering this. Again, limited time. Can't say how long these knives are going to be available, but honestly, fully functioning, no issues, and pretty darn good looking in my opinion. So go check it out if you'd like, and if you have any comments, please drop those below. Hope to hear from you soon, and I hope you all have a knife day. See you later.